Hello, thank you for joining us today. Did you know this is Effective Communication Month? If you didn't know, now you do. So this month we're going to share a little bit about communication and why communication matters. And here to answer some of our questions today is Brittany. She's part of our speech language team. She joined us after receiving her degree in communication disorders from Bob Jones University. And most of her work focuses on early intervention. She works a lot with children ages 2 to 5. Thank you so much, Brittany, for joining us today to answer our questions.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Good. All right, well, we're going to jump right in. Let's see. We know that communication is important, which means the development of communication skills is also important. But as a parent or a caregiver, at what point are we paying attention to communication disorders or developmental delays?
Yeah, that's a really good question. We see a lot of milestones within the first 12 months regarding every aspect. With communication at 6 months, you see a lot of babbling, and you notice more that they're paying attention to sounds. So if there's a loud sound in the distance, that's when they really start like, oh, what was that kind of thing.
Okay.
So that's around 6 months. Around 9 months, their babbling changes. So it's still babbling. It's just more of, it's what we call canonical babbling. So it kind of sounds more like speech, and their intonation, their tone of voice, they're really getting into that. By 12 months, you see that babbling change even more, and it shortens, but they elongate it, and that's when they start producing words: mama, baba, nana, and that's where we really start to see language start to grow.
Okay. All right. That is really important information. I didn't even realize that it started so early. So if we're talking about different milestones at different ages, where is somewhere that we can go that's a really good resource as a parent or a caregiver to know, okay, these are the milestones we should be paying attention to?
Sure. There's so many resources out there. I personally have a bunch of printouts from teachers.com. They have free resources as well. And then if you're looking for something a little more in the norms and a little more set in research and stuff, asha.org, they have a ton of developmental articles and milestones and what your child should be achieving.
Okay, that makes sense. ASHA is the American Association of Speech, the Association of Speech and Hearing. So that would be, yes, most definitely a great resource for that. Okay, so what happens if, say, I suspect my daughter isn't meeting 1 or 2 of the milestones?
Sure. If you have concerns about your daughter not reaching the milestones, I definitely suggest reaching out to your pediatrician and then requesting a speech and language evaluation. That's really important. Most insurance companies will cover the evaluation, and it doesn't hurt to get one.
Just to know where we're at.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. What happens if you don't really pay attention to those things? If a child if I don't identify it, let's say, if I can't identify it, does it not help that they just go to school and they have the influence of other people that talk around them?
Right. So this is a really big question that we get a lot. And, we have a lot of people like, oh, they can fix it when they get to school. But something that I take the time to explain to parents is exactly what's going on when a child is developing speech delays or impairments or language delays. I explain it as our brain is built with millions and millions and millions of sidewalks. Okay, we have a sidewalk going from our head to our stomach to let us know when we're hungry, from our head to our skin when we're cold, so there's all these sidewalks, and the brain is really taking it, within the first 4 or 5 years of life, they're really expanding those sidewalks.
Okay.
So when you have a child who is speech language delayed impaired, those sidewalks, they might be built incorrectly. They might be built to the wrong destination, you know, so you have a bumpy sidewalk, or you have a sidewalk that maybe the brain just decided it didn't want to build it anymore. So it just stopped. That being said, the earlier it's caught, you know, the ideal age is around 3 years old. The brain is still placid enough that you don't need a whole lot of intervention, but you do need intervention directly. And that's where SLPs and SLPAs come in. We come in and we break down those sidewalks, and, you know, we clean it up and we kind of start from scratch. And peers don't really, they don't know how to build a sidewalk.
I guess you're right. That makes sense. Okay. All right. Well, you've given us some really good information. I really appreciate all of that. It's good to know. Thank you so much, Brittany, for taking time out of your patient schedule to join us today. I think that's given our followers a lot of really helpful information with regards to milestones, what to pay attention to, and when to seek assistance. So thank you so much.
Yeah, of course.
If you want any more information about what Brittany does, or any of our other speech language team, or even other needs in general, if you suspect that your child may have a communication disorder, then I encourage you to reach out to us. You can find more information about what we do here on our website, which is shcjax.org, or you can give the clinic a call. Our number here is 904-355-3403. Thank you guys so much for joining us today, and have a great day.